What's going on, everybody? I'm Eating Things, and you're watching Less Than Rhetorical. And today we're talking all about window play, Windows, and playing Windows on Repels, how to play them. We're going to be talking about perspective. We're going to talk about how to open the window. We're going to talk about when to enter. We're going to talk about how to defend against window play. So couple of different things that I think will be useful. And let me explain why I'm doing this video. I've had several of my friends tell me, oh, I don't play the windows. Oh no, I'm like, hey, can you get on this window and cut off, help me cut this guy off? And the answer is no, I can't play windows. That's too dangerous. I don't play windows. And my answer to that is, if you can't play windows, then you're missing out on a key element of the game of Rainbow Six Siege that can help you to rank up. Window play is a vital portion of the game, and it's something that you do need to become familiar with in how to play them correctly. So I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks that I've learned through the years of playing Windows and not being afraid to play Windows, just to try to help you out. So first of all, just basic repelling tips. Let's just start here. You can, when you are repelled, invert yourself at any point in time while you're on the repel. This is very disorienting to a lot of people. They don't feel comfortable doing this, which is a lot of the reason why they don't play Windows. It takes a minute to get comfortable with inverting yourself while playing a window and getting used to that feeling. My recommendation is that you hop into a game, not with real people, but a custom match, and you work on your aim while around a window. So here's what I did years ago when I was learning how to play Windows, and this has really helped me. I would go into the map House when there was terrorist hunts, and I would circle the window, basically ADSing, going from one side of the window to the other, flipping over upside down, moving up the window. Boy, I haven't done this drill in a long time. And across the window, then flipping upside down again, moving down the window frame, and then across the window frame, flipping upside down again. And just basically doing this drill, which gets you, oh man, that was really bad. Gets you used to tracing the window and understanding when I should be inverted and when I should not. So if I'm on this side of the window, I can play it like this. There's nothing wrong with that. Eventually, I'm going to have to invert to go across here. I would not want to go across the top of the window like this, because my entire body is exposed to the window. And so I don't want to expose my whole body to the window. So if I'm going to go across the top, I want to be inverted when I go across the top, so that I'm as small of a pixel as possible when facing somebody in this room. When I go down the side here, I could go down inverted, or I could, flip over and go down, so I can go down the side of the window. And then here, I don't want to be inverted on this side of the window because I want to be a smaller target. If I invert, then my entire body is once again exposed to the window. So you want to be a small target, so you do this, and then maybe I flip around here so I can play, angles on this side. I want to stay inverted here. I can flip around and come on down. And you really want to be able to just circle the window. You don't have to be perfect with your crosshair, but just circling the window while keeping your crosshair inside the window frame or at the window frame to prepare yourself for playing on the window. So that's my first tip, is to aim train on windows. It's very important to be able to do this. I think this window in Coastline is a great example. There are other windows you can do this with, but just flipping yourself around upside down and feeling what it's like, and seeing the perspective really helps. It also helps to open the window so you can see in and see, well, what does this look like when I flip myself around? Okay. All right, here I am. I'm maybe playing the window, and I might peek. It's the same thing you would do around a doorway, right? You would quick peek. You would quick peek the door, and then take a very, very tight angled fight, right? Because then you're hard to hit, but you're shooting someone. Yeah, you're in a difficult position. Now, every time you engage on a window, you need to change positions. So I engage, change position, and then engage. It's no different if I was on the ground and I was fighting a doorway. I might engage and then change to a crouched height before I engage to my next engagement. So the same is true with window play. I'm not going to keep doing the same thing at the same level, because then I'm going to get my head shot off. So if I engage here once, then I can flip around, and now I want to find that angle again. Where is it? Well, it's not on this side. It's over here. So I need to be there, right? So get used to, okay, there's that angle. It's right there. All right, I attack there. Now I flip around. I want to find the angle again. There it is, right there. So I'm just finding the angle, flipping around. Now I want to find it maybe on another side. I would not fight that angle that I just showed you here that goes into VIP from here, because I would be exposing my whole body to all these angles over here in order to fight this angle. So, I mean, you could argue that maybe you could come at it from above like this, because that'd be kind of an off angle, and then fight it from above. And you're less exposed here because you're only exposed like to the pink bar. You're not really exposed to the rotate, and you're not exposed to anybody over there. But I'm probably going to come at it from, close this side. Maybe I'd come at it from over here in the middle, because who's going to expect somebody playing middle? And then some from down here. And notice how I'm changing my leaning too. Like, I'm not just straight up on the window, but I'm leaning to the right because I'm coming at the window from the right. Let me pause. I'm leaning to the left because I'm coming at the window from the right to the left. All right, so correction there. Got to get my rights and lefts right. If I'm coming out from below, I want to be probably straight on, because I want my head to be as small as possible. If I lean right or left and I'm coming from below, I'm actually exposing more of my head. Don't know if you knew this, but if you are on an object, on a wall, over a bar, trying to find something that's, right here, like a half wall like this, and you lean right or lean left, you're actually exposing more of the top of your head than if you were straight. So leaning right and left here actually is bad. Same goes with window play. I don't want to lean right or left on the window when I'm playing the below angle trying to shoot someone here, straight ahead. I want to be just straight up and down. But keep in mind, I'm not going to play the below angle very often, unless I'm breaking the window open and immediately playing the angle, because you can see this rappel right here in front of me, and everyone can shoot my head because they'll see where the rappel is. This is where playing upside down really matters, and playing on the side of the windows. Now I'm leaning to the left here because I'm on the right side of the window. If I flip around, go to the other side of the window, I would be leaning to the right and take the same gunfight. same engagement. But if I flip myself around, now I have to lean left in order to peek that angle on that Kleenex box. If I go all the way to the other side of the window and I flip myself around, I need to lean right because I'm upside down, leaning right now to make myself as small of a target as possible. If I'm above the window, which I probably would be to fight this angle, I want to stay straight, so I'm the smallest target possible. But if I was fighting someone back here, being above just makes me this tiny little pixel, and this is a good way to take that fight. I could then switch if I needed to. If I felt like it was safe to peek with all these angles, maybe I knew my team was over there, I could switch and try to take a different angle at a different time. So that's just some basics around how to get around the window. Going through that drill of flipping yourself around over and over again, getting yourself used to how you should be when you're on the window, it's absolutely necessary in order to improve your window play. All right, let's talk for just a minute about perspective. When you are repelled upside down, you can see the feet of individuals better, but you can see the feet of individuals before they can see you, because remember, the camera in Rainbow Six Siege is in between the eyes of the individual, of the character. So if I'm repelled upside down like this, I'll probably see this guy right here crouched. His head will be here. He will not see me, but I will see him. But if I'm up real close to the window, just keep in mind that he may have a view on me because I'm close to the window and he's further away. If he were to swing out over here, it might be that he sees my head. So just keep in mind, you might not see his head, but he might see your head. But the best way to play windows, in my opinion, is upside down when you're fighting someone who you're able to see their feet, but you're high enough that they can't see you. And you just flick down, shoot them in the head, or shoot them in the body, and they're dead. Because they're not seeing you, but you're seeing their feet. You have the perspective advantage. So just keep in mind when dealing with perspective, that's something that you should think about. The other thing is when to enter a window. This makes a lot of noise. In fact, listen to this noise. You can hear that repel. Listen to this. Did you hear that? The little that tells you someone is not moving, but on a repel on windows. So there's some giveaways, sound cue giveaways for the defense. If I was going to enter a room, I would do it on the sound of something loud, like a flashbang, that ash charge, or whatever else that would, gridlocks, whatever, because that gives me an entry without people hearing me enter, and I'm immediately able to start taking gunfights. So just keep that in mind as an attacker. When you enter a window, that's you want some sort of sound cover because it makes a lot of noise to enter the window. Let's talk about defense real quickly because we're going to talk about the other side of the coin, okay? As a defender, defending against windows, the best thing I can do is know when someone, have the information of when someone is on the window and not peek that window. So what you can do to get that information better, listen. Did you hear the glass break? Now the glass is broken, but the window's still intact. I can now hear the repelling action from outside a whole lot clearer. That's something to keep in mind when you're playing windows, or when you're a defender defending against windows. It really is very helpful to prep the windows with breaking the glass. The other thing to know is that I can hop out of windows. If you break the bottom two, you really just have to hit them. Ooh, oh, I can't rebuild this because I'm on attacking side. Maybe in a minute I'll rotate sides and rebuild it. But if you break the window down at the bottom, I don't get a vault prompt. But if I hit it another time, I do get the vault prompt. So all you have to do is hit the window twice and you've got the vault prompt. Then you can jump out and run out on people when they're not expecting it. Assuming you get the audio cue and you know exactly what is going on. And you know there's no claymore down there. By the way, I would never hop out of a window like this with somebody on this rappel up here because I'm assuming they're going to put a claymore down here. So unless you're soulless and can see that, or you can chuck an impact grenade before hopping out, that is a sure way to die. So just keep that in mind. You can take the gunfight on the person up here without having to hop out that window. The other thing, let's see. Let's talk about another defending. Actually, this one's going to be an attacker tip. If I get up to the glass here and the glass is intact, I can just shoot a hole and have a peek into sight. Sometimes you can catch people off guard by shooting it two shots and then immediately peeking into sight and taking gunfights. Maybe it's not sight, but peeking into wherever you're peeking into. So that's just something to keep in the back of your mind. When you go to take a gunfight on a window and you swing like I did here, you're exposed. And you can get shot. Someone can flick on you and shoot. But if you shoot in where you expect their head to be to begin with, and then you open this up, you can quickly, pre-fire and start taking a gunfight, but your gun is up. You can flick to that person faster than they can flick to you because you're ready. Your gun is up. But if you do this, your gun's not up. If somebody else flicks while your gun's not up, while you're waiting to get your gun up, I might see that person, like boom, I see the person right here, but because I'm in the knife animation and then trying to get my gun ADS'd, they may be able to flick on me faster, and maybe they have a shotgun and I'm dead. Where here, oh, I see them, now they're dead. So it's a much faster reaction time, so keep that in mind as well. That's an attacker tip. Oops. Let's talk about, it's going to take me a minute, but I'm going to do this all in one take. We are not going to do multiple takes here. You know I don't do multiple takes. I do it all at once. So I want to talk about perspective on the defender side. Okay? So we've talked about breaking the glass. Same thing on the defender side. If I want to shoot out, and I don't want someone to know I'm on this window, and I don't want the glass to break, I can shoot 2 shots right here, kind of where this buckle is, toward the edge of the window. The glass will still be intact. I know I already broke the glass, but the glass will still be intact, and I can peek out the window. And that's good and useful for times when you need to, like you're trying to kill someone on a balcony, and they're out there. You don't want them to know you're here, but you're going to take the gunfight. You're trying to spawn peek. You can be real quiet about it. And then you've got your angle. So those are just some tips for looking outside, things to know. Let's talk about perspective. I said I was going to talk about perspective. If I am standing, I have a harder time seeing this person who's above upside down, but they have an easier time seeing me. Whereas if I'm laying down, I can see them easier. So a very aggressive way to play a window is to lay down. I don't recommend that, but it is a very aggressive way to play the window. And most of the time, I would say, maybe crouch, because then you can get out of there a little faster. But, those are just some tips I wanted to make sure you had. So,
you're out of time.
I lost the round. I should have planted. All right, well, guys, that's pretty much everything here for Windows. I hope that that helps you a little bit. Um, when it comes to window play, and especially for playing windows from an attacker's perspective, I think that people get scared of playing on Windows because they're not comfortable doing it. All you have to do is hop into a custom match, hop into, um, a, you know, a landmark drill or something, hop in somewhere where you can get on repels and just do that repel. I did that drill, I want to say 5 years ago now. Now, 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. And I really have not done it ever since because I just use the skill when I'm in game playing Windows. And practice makes perfect. The more you play, the better you're going to be on the windows. The better you're going to know those angles. The better you're going to be able to hit them when you're upside down, when the whole room is backwards, when it doesn't seem, when right is left and left is right. So just get out there, practice it, play the windows, and add a whole new level to your gameplay. I hope this helps. Thanks very much for watching. And please hit that like and subscribe if you like this type of content, and put in the comments if there's something else that you want me to make. Thanks very much for watching. Toodles.